Usamos estampillas contables.
You are now tuned in to your number one radio station.
Violent people.
Radio.
Well, perfect. We're actually going to talk about how Jimmy Jacobs never got good. That's going to be a fun topic.
Yeah, that's like the Mark Ruffalo thing. Like, well, that's the secret. I'm always angry. It's like Jimmy Jacobs is like, well, that's the secret. I always fucking suck ass at wrestling.
I had Jimmy Jacobs so fucking high in GWE. It's the thing I'm most embarrassed about.
I saw
Should be,
him.
man.
I saw him at in Providence, and I got to look up the card now because he had a shockingly high on the card match. It was a promotion called Wrestling Has a Tomorrow, so that people would chant.
So when did they close?
2016, I think. No, they ran from 2018 to 2019.
Stop
I was in
having
attendance.
tomorrows.
What?
Wrestling has the year.
Yes. So the main event. This was the main event of the show. Matt Tremont and Tommy Dreamer versus Jimmy Jacobs and JT Dunn.
Hell yeah. Okay.
And it had run-ins by both Justin Credible and Lance Storm.
Oh no.
And in 2018, at the end of it, Lance Storm gave us a heartfelt, as much as Lance Storm is ever capable of expressing human emotion. He gave a heartfelt speech about how Justin Credible had been sober for 60 days. And it's just kind of like, all right, well, that didn't fuck it. He made it to day 62, I guess.
Okay. I had him at 38. That's fucking insane.
I love that.
This was the same show where I saw AR Fox versus Teddy Hart.
All right. Interesting.
That
At
fucking
least it was
sounds
something.
awesome.
And Homicide was in the first match for some reason.
All right, folks. Welcome to episode 53 of Violent People Radio. I am your host for this episode, Sam Damasio, and with me, per usual, Dan Rice. Dan, how you doing?
Fantastic. How about you?
I'm doing fine, Dan. Thanks for asking. Also, Pat. Pat, how are you?
I'm doing okay. So, off mic, you guys were telling me you think Diddy is innocent?
Okay.
Let's let all the facts come out first before we crucify the man.
All right. And special guest this episode, Marilyn. How are you?
Hi, I'm okay. Glad to see Violent People Radio finally got their DEI hire for Pride Month.
I was gonna say, was it rude that Sam demanded you wait until June?
Christ. I don't want to put on the record, but I'm going to put on the record that I asked 2 months ago for you to be on the show. But whatever.
Yeah, you've asked me 3 times to be on the show, or maybe
so
2 or 3 times.
And I told Dan Cole cannot be on the show again for at least a month.
Yeah, Cole's got some best of the Super Juniors to catch up on. Cole's got stuff
Exactly.
Cole should be
He's
doing
stacking.
instead of fucking around.
Yeah, lazy bitch.
The lab needs to be cooking. It's that type of lab. Do I need to change the logo to make that clear?
Just to what? Just a picture of the fucking boiler from Breaking Bad?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
And what's Walter White gonna do? He's fucking dead. Spoilers. for the
Spoiler.
last-
All right. Is it how that show went?
Pat's came out with 3 episodes in a row since Cole's done jack shit. That's all I'm saying.
Wow. Who's the latest guest on?
Tim, who I invited
That
on
was
because when we have guests and Tim's not asked, there's usually some heat.
And then he never wants
the
to be
one
on.
the one time he didn't ask. He was like, "Wow, can't believe you didn't invite me," which I appreciate. All right, Tom Thibodeau out as coach of the New York Knickerbockers.
Your dream.
Had to happen. Had to happen. Hearing Monty Williams is up to snake it, so should be good times ahead.
Is that a joke?
Yes, that is a joke.
Oh my! I mean, it's the Knicks, man. That's not the craziest thing.
The former Villanova coach is the wild card. Currently.
I think they should just get really weird with it. Like they need to think outside the box. I don't know who would be the funniest retired player to bring in as the coach of the Knicks. Just, I mean, objectively speaking, just to see them completely sputter and die. But
Oh, hey!
I'm thinking like, what if we like put Latrell Sprewell on like the opposite end of the equation now?
Well, I think Reggie Miller is a good shout.
What the hell, man? Why would you say that?
I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
I'm just
What's
hurt people, Sam.
Okay, fair enough. What's Tyson Chandler doing these days?
There's simply no way to know.
Simply no way to know. Anyway, we're gonna start the show how we usually start, and we're talking about what wrestling we've been watching. Dan, you said, yeah, I've watched a lot of wrestling.
I think I'm more likely to say the Diddy thing than that, but all right.
Okay.
I watched some wrestling for sure. I watched I'm gonna break some news with this. I was watching Josh Bishop, pretty strange. Because I realized the Envy Young match was online, and that was like his first match back from injury, and I had never watched it yet for whatever reason. It was really fun. It did the thing where I think I skipped it forever ago because it has like a match time of like 2 or 3 minutes on Cage Match. But it's because they do the thing where they're getting nose to nose at the beginning, and the ref's trying to break them up, and so they just chuck the ref to the outside. So the first like 8 to 10 minutes are technically not a match, while they go all over the crowd and they brawl, and it's a good time, and they throw each other against the apron. MV Young puts Bishop through like the guardrail leaning against the corner and kind of like smashes it convex the other way. So then when Bishop gets on the offense, he just turns it over and returns the favor. But AIW, I didn't realize this. I mean, I knew he wasn't on the shows, but I guess they have officially kind of parted ways. The only good roster member in AIW.
Who do you think that Joshua Bishop said I've outgrown AIW, or AIW said like we have no more use for your talents?
I don't know what the actual issue was, but I know someone is quoted saying like AIW made Bishop.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
in a sense, sure.
Yeah.
In a different sense, how about that? I don't know about that.
So that's some breaking news. And I could talk about the other wrestling I watched, but I realized that I wanted to break some news. I made me think last week. I didn't break it down for you guys because I know you guys aren't on the Facebook as much as I am. Like I live on there. I'm there for the drama. So are you guys up to date on the Abdullah the Butcher's Facebook drama?
Not a single
Not
bit.
at all.
Abdullah the Butcher is he wanted a book written about himself. He wanted an autobiography where ghost written by a man named Scott Rushing, I believe. And something went wrong during this. Abdullah has a handler named, I think, Queen Malachi is what she calls herself, I believe. Queen Malika. I've never heard her name spoken. I don't know what it is. It's something in that general.
Is this her gimmick name?
Yes and no. That actually is part of the drama. Scotty refers to her as her birth name, and she took this name during a Kwanzaa festival.
Okay.
That's how good this drama is.
Okay.
Something happened, and they took pre-orders to get the book. And if you listen to Scotty, he took all that money and sent it over to the butcher. You listen to the butcher, he hasn't received any of that money. So no one knows where the money is, but we know the book's off. And one of the reasons the book is off is because Queen or Lady Malika demanded a chapter written about herself, demanded editorial rights. And I'm like, oh, this is getting good. And then like you think you're telling yourself like, oh, this woman's probably overreaching, she's being crazy. She brought receipts. Maybe that is overreaching. That's the contract Scotty signed because for some reason Abdullah and the Queen post everything. They just dox themselves, their home addresses. They put the full contract up there. They put text conversations, which include if you wanted for some reason to have Ross Hart's cell phone number, that's on there. Multiple other people's cell phones numbers just like out in the open because she posted everything. They now deleted some of them. I think they realized like some people probably don't like that we've put their home addresses on here.
In the case of Abdullah, I mean, it's not like he can read what he's posting.
And
he just sees a bunch of squiggles that he's posting on Facebook.
That's funny because one of the issues was it seemed like it's hard to decipher because Abdullah's page,
I hope it's
Larry
Abdullah the
Shreve's
Butcher is the one who was
caps.
literate.
A lot of all caps writing, but they wanted it to be a max 300 page, and I've never heard of like demanding your ghostwriter not write too much. Keep it brief. But I wanted the full circle VPR moment. They're asking for Abdullah's asking for the names of anyone that bought it, and they sold it for $30 or like $150 for like maybe $100. I remember like a signed autograph portion. And then all these people in the Facebook comment section are just putting their names and phone numbers and home addresses, which I think is all crazy. But one of the man to do this, one of the man that paid for the expensive limited edition hardcover, the North Korean assassin.
No way.
God.
I swear, Mr. I'm not going to dox him, but I'm going to say Mr. Anthony Masso. I can tell you it's $100 because he posted his, I don't know if this is Venmo or what it is, but he posted a little screenshot, $113.35 after tax and shipping. He wants his money back.
What the fuck?
So I was like, I don't have time to watch wrestling, guys. I am deep in the comment section of Scotty Rushing and Abdullah the Butcher's Facebook. And I do it for all of you.
That's wild.
We appreciate
I
it.
love it, Dan.
Yeah.
Like I'm
Thank
on
you for
Facebook,
sharing.
but I would never open up the door for anyone I've ever met to see that I'm following a wrestler.
Well, here's the issue is that I've ruined my Facebook. Like, because all I watch and read
I
is this stuff. Yeah. So, like, I don't see family members, like, pictures of their cute babies, like, videos of dance recitals. Like, I don't see any of that. Straight to the top of my newsfeed, it's like, hey, Deathmatch Elite 2.0 posted a photoshopped image of Necro Butcher getting into the GCW Hall of Fame. And I was like, oh, is it happening? Not happening. It was a joke. A little jokey joke.
Can I say something a little
Uh-oh.
messed up?
Yeah.
I don't know if Jeff Cannonball should make it into the Hardcore Hall of Fame.
That's stupid. He shouldn't. I was so mad and I was keeping that to myself because I felt like I was gonna I wish him the best. People should go find the GoFundMe. That guy should
I like
not
how
be
we're
in
like
a Hall of Fame
it's
of
hard for
anything.
being pieces of shit, but this Hall of Fame that matters less than quite literally anything in professional wrestling could possibly matter. He shouldn't fucking be in it.
Listen,
So
I don't
that's-
watch H2O wrestling or whatever. Maybe he should be in that Hall of Fame. But like a Hall of Fame of anything else?
Let's have some standards. And I like Jeff Cannonball.
When I saw the Jeff Cannonball ALS news, for some reason I got it mixed up, and I thought it was Greg Excellent who had ALS, and I was
He's
like,
not
"Oh no,
excellent.
Greg Excellent!" And then I thought, like, "Oh, Jeff Cannonball. Well, that's terrible too, I guess."
I was trying to think of my favorite Jeff Cannonball match, and I just now pulled up his cage match, and I was like, I think I like that Nick Gage match he had. That match didn't happen. I made it up in my mind. Never faced Nick Gage.
Oh hell yeah!
So I don't have a favorite Jeff Cannonball match, is what I'm finding out.
I love that.
He made.
I found out that Jeff Cannonball was like a high school friend with a client of mine, and I had no idea how to communicate with that client after that day. I was like, I can't look you in the eye.
Blocked.
See you later.
I think maybe we put Cole on the task of doing a podcast analyzing the case for Jeff Cannonball in the Hardcore Hall of Fame. Just make Cole watch a lot of Jeff Cannonball matches.
Yeah, what else the fuck is he doing?
To bring it to VPR, when he was in MLW, he made Ricky Shane Page look so fucking fit and so fast. Ricky never looked better than when he was standing next to Jeff Cannonball. I was like, all
I swear
right.
to God, it's like you found the meanest thing to say about someone who's dying of Lou Gehrig's disease.
All right.
I do want to talk about. I do want
to be on the show next week.
Oh, I might be. We're rescheduling the whole goddamn thing because I can't miss VPR.
I'm still not going to be here next week, so figure it out.
I'm going to the zoo on Tuesday, so I'm unavailable.
What the hell? Okay. All right.
Well, that was.
I don't want to hear any
my
talk ever again.
I'm meeting a penguin.
My idea was that Chris and I just did an episode of Talking Turnies, and Dan
How dare
immediately
you?
was like, we should reschedule.
That would be funny. That would be funny.
You could do half Talking Turnies, half like We Don't Know Evolve.
That'd be good.
No,
That'd be good.
no one, Evolve. That ship's sailed.
No, but like we know it. It's still going. We all watch it every week.
Oh yeah, of course.
Podcast about it.
I did watch other wrestling, I guess. I watched Mad Dog versus Tommy Davis. You guys are gonna be surprised by this. Really fucking good.
Yeah, good match.
I know that we talked about it. Like Adam Priest is not the guy to have that match, but it's like I feel like he should have had that match. It's just so much better. It was just much more fun to watch. And then I watched Adam Priest and Mad Dog versus Jake Something and Matt Tremont, and from the Prestige show that just happened a couple days ago. That was really fun. I mean, Mad Dog is just so fucking good. I mean, he's the best guy in the match, and every time he's with Tremont or something, it looks great. I mean, again, I want a Mad Dog Tremont match, and I don't think I've wanted the Tremont match for a long time.
Should they just do?
Like you said, you haven't been watching H2O. You've been missing out on.
I don't know. I'm behind on my Tremont and my Cannonball.
Should they just do him versus Amos 2 at Team 3?
Definitely, right?
Yeah. Like, don't try to get cute.
They're both going to be on the show, so like, I don't know. You're going to put them against other people, and we're going to be disappointed.
100%.
From that show, I didn't watch Danny Luna versus Nicole Matthews yet, but I want to.
Wow.
I watched it live partly, and it was at the tag match, and then I tried to watch Cedric Alexander versus Trevor Lee because I've liked some of the Trevor Lee recently, but I mean this was so long and so boring. I couldn't even tell you what happened. I stopped watching. But the main event was Manders and Thomas Shire versus Sinner and Saint, and this fucking ruled too. I mean, I'm a Sinner and Saint guy, and like I don't know why, like all the stuff they do that I think is maybe other people I think is over the top or long in the tooth or like they go too long. I think it works with those guys. Everything they do is hits and is always fun, and I wish more tag team wrestling was like that. And it got me to go try to watch TNA. Like I was so pumped. I know I was so pumped because I'd watched that and I'd already watched can't remember whatever match they had that I watched recently, but I'm like, oh, I know they're in TNA. That's a thing that exists. Let me pull up their TNA matches. And I shouldn't have done that. It was
yeah, what the fuck are you thinking, dude?
The Northern, what are they calling it? The Northern Armory versus the System of Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say that's Eddie Edwards' latest attempt to make anyone give a shit that Eddie Edwards exists.
I think it's pretty cool that Eddie Edwards just has a career because of TNA.
Like he's just been in TNA I think he was born there at this point.
Yeah, and he can look like absolute dog shit, and it doesn't matter. Like you're not gonna fire him now.
It's like it's a tree falls in the woods. Like, does he look like dog shit? Who could know?
I mean, I think it's funny that I'm pretty sure the System as a stable, I'm pretty sure they have Moose as their work rate guy. So
I was gonna say I forgot the first one I watched was Under Siege. So it was Eric Young, Sinner and Saint versus the System of Brian Myers, Fandango, who's JDC, and Moose. And I was like, yeah, Moose is the fucking. They got to lean on Moose here. And that was weird too because they're in Canada, so it's like I think I just praised them to the moon, but they're the Northern Armory are they're good guys. They're the baby faces, because they're in Canada and they're Canadian. They don't wrestle like that at all. They still kind of wrestle like they're mean heels, but also the system are clearly heels, mostly because they're fucking terrible. And like the Under Siege thing has like Hammer the Honey Badger and like a local politician or something. I don't know. Like it's really like you're watching a fucking, like you're at a house show, and they have like the local radio DJ. Like they're really leaning into everything. But Northern Armory does not wrestle like that at all. So yeah, I should not have tried to watch TNA. That was a big mistake.
Yeah.
If anyone was thinking of doing that for some reason, which you probably weren't, everyone's probably smarter than me. So that's all the wrestling that I watched that needs to be talked about.
I know I am. Man, what have you been watching?
I've been watching absolutely nothing but 2004 CZW. I got through about from the beginning of the year to Tournament of Death 3 last night, which was really fucking awesome, I should mention.
I don't know if you're allowed to talk about it. I don't know if you're allowed to talk about CZW 2004 right now.
We're not. We're not going to talk about it. But I have so many questions.
Okay, you can talk about it. I just want to know the rules.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the only thing I've been watching. I'm sorry.
Well, we can also dig deeper into our Big Top.
Okay.
So they have also questions about 2003 CCW. All right, Pat. I've heard like encyclopedic knowledge of the past week.
You know the score, Sam. I've been listening to Rule Breakers with Soraya. I got caught up on the last 2 episodes. If you want to know about her parents' sex life, then the episode with some comedian whose name I've already forgotten, that's the one for you. And then if you want to hear, I'm trying to remember the name of it was a woman named Star Amaratasu or something like that. I could not for the life of me tell you what this woman is famous for, even in the context of being like internet viral famous. She and Soraya had a conversation that I can only describe as 100% donkey brain. It was amazing listening because they're talking about like, well, there has to be like aliens at the bottom of the ocean because why else would we have stopped exploring at only 4% of it? And this theory crafting of aliens and like, what if you're reincarnated? It turned into, well, wouldn't it just be cool if you were like, when you're reincarnated, you became a mermaid? Because I actually believe that now that I have the idea. Just watching 2 people like lead each other to total brain death. It was amazing. Highest possible recommendation to listen to that episode just to hear like I said, the only real word to describe it is donkey brained.
This person's really not even that popular. Like, what are we doing here?
I'm looking through the episode list because you talked about it briefly about Kale Lowry being on. She's the big get of the non-wrestlers, right? Like, I don't know who any of these people are. Haynes, Warner, Star Marusu, Mothika. I don't know who these people are. Oh, I guess I know Brad Williams.
Yeah, I mean, they blew their wad early. And yeah, it's been a trip to listen to. I also listened to the latest Wrestling is Gross, where they went over the career of Sabu. That was a good listen. That was like 4 hours of podcast. If you want 4 more hours of podcasts after this one, you should go listen to Wrestling is Gross.
Great pod.
Other than that, I watched some death matches for. So here's the thing. I always tell myself like, all right, I'm going to start this thing for the site, and then I'm going to have it ready for Tuesday. All I need to do is have an easy day at work, and then I can get home and finish it up. And every time I set myself up like that, Charlie Brown gets the football yanked away because that's the day where I'll have to do like a 12-hour day and then followed by another 12-hour day. So there is a what some might call a lucha roundup of death matches from May 2025 that I'm praying I will finish Wednesday morning to post. So hopefully by the time you listen to this on Wednesday, it will be on the site. Hopefully. I still have to, right now, the last piece is I have to watch that fucking Sabu tribute match that they did in CZW. A no-roped barbed wire match with Judge Joe Dredd and Tarzan Duran, paying tribute to the homicidal, suicidal, genocidal maniac. I need to see what that's about. The people need to know.
Sounds like fucking dog shit.
It's like 26 minutes long. That's all I know.
Wait,
No.
You don't gotta watch it all, man. You don't got to.
I want to see if their tribute to Sabu is like, okay, we're going to do the cheapest possible barbed wire net, and then we're going to throw someone through it at maximum velocity.
Can you check
That
out
part
the
would be cool.
Ricky Shane Page Eric Ryan match that comes on right before it?
I can check that out. Do you need to
It's
know
death
about
match. Is all I'm saying. I need to know about it.
it? All right.
Oh,
We'll work that in
I
there.
heard 4-4 OH is done. Is that correct, Dan?
It's been done.
It's been done?
Yeah, they had like a big blow off that featured.
Oh, that was it.
that- They didn't
That was it.
feature Ricky or Atticus
Okay,
or any of the main people. I don't even think Eric Ryan was in it.
cool. Sorry.
Good fucking riddance.
Well, I mean,
R.I.P.
What was it Scarlett and Graves? What was the other Ohio stable that was like the dudes who were in the Rascals now and Sammy Callahan? What was their group?
I mean OVE, like Ohio versus everyone.
Yeah, OVE, and then like Scarlett and Graves was like a sub, like the wolf pack of them or something like that.
Yeah.
I just remember there being a bunch of subdivisions.
They had one version with the Christ brothers, I remember.
Yeah,
Yeah. Was it Ohio's for Killers? Yeah, that's what it started out as maybe, and then it became Scarlet and Graves and OVE, and it just depends on where they were. But all
Right,
good
4K.
guys in it. The Chris brothers, Sammy, just
Good wrestlers, better people.
Do you guys see that? Speaking of like the Rascals, do you guys see that crazy bump that Myron Reed took?
yes. Oh my God.
I have no fucking idea what the plan was there. Was it for Killer Kelly to catch him?
I think what he was supposed to do. This is going off my memory of the gift. I think what was supposed to happen was that he was supposed to kind of like coffin drop her. Like he was gonna like his back was supposed to collide with her front, and then they would both like tumble down together. And what it looked like was the angle was wrong, and his head hit her head.
It didn't look good.
Yeah, it looked
then-
like they knocked. It looked like that fucking Austin Undertaker match where they just like locked up too hard and like just knocked each other out.
And then people are like, literally, I saw like multiple comments on anything, but like, she doesn't care about him. She's not a wrestler. She doesn't want to catch him. That's her. That's the father of her child. I think she wanted to catch him.
That rocks.
I mean, if
What do you
there's
mean,
one
father?
thing you can count on, it's
Wait, they're together?
yeah,
I'm
yeah, they have a
pretty
baby.
sure.
That's why you haven't noticed that Killer Kelly has been away for like a year.
Let me tell you, had no idea.
One half of TNA Tag Team MK Ultra.
All I could remember last is she was with that one guy who wrestled in CZW, and that Brad Stutz introduced me to during WrestleMania weekend. Brad Stutz also a notably good guy.
Yeah,
Um,
you're
why do
digging
you always talk
yourself
about
kind
all
of
the-
deep there.
All the people and women that he introduced you to. It's like you're always talking about it.
all the
Some
time.
call Brad Stutz the Diddy of wrestling.
Oh, no. What have I been watching this week? Is there anything else you want to talk about, Pat?
Yeah, it's like you shut him down. He's done. You talk about Sam's friend Brad, you're out of here.
You can't talk to my friend Diddy like that.
All
Sorry.
right, well, next
Cussing.
week you can tell us all, or not next week, but the week after, you can tell us all about the cool people Teddy Hart introduced you to.
Oh my god. I've continued to make my way. We haven't been gone for a long time. It's been a few days since we last recorded an episode of this podcast. So I just continue to watch 1984 wrestling from January. It's months are long. So we'll see how this all goes. Best match I watched was either Iceman Parsons and Brian Adonis versus Super Destroyers, which is a 2 out of 3 falls match for the NWA American Tag Team Championships. I think I like Iceman Parsons more than I probably should. Yeah. All right. As long as we're on the same page here. Piston-like punches, you gotta love them. At times I'm like, I don't know if you're actually good, but like what you're doing, I'm enjoying. Just I'm having fun. Destroyers, real fun tag team. Like they announced at the beginning of the match, like no matter what, Iceman and Bar are going at it for 5 minutes post this match. Which on one hand, like I like that it doesn't matter what goes on here. But to some extent, Iceman does not want to lose coming out of this because it's gonna be hard coming off the mat to go at Akbar. Who looks like a professional, like looks as big as Parsons, which I find very funny. Like as jacked as him. I'm like, that's crazy. What are we doing here? That's pro wrestling. WCCW might be like one of the best promotions ever. Every match I've watched from January has been a blast. Other match.
Now that's from the end of January. So does that mean you're almost done?
I am almost done. We're almost putting a wrap on this thing. We'll see how that goes. Then the other match that's in consideration for best match of this batch, Hacksaw, JYD, Tito Santana versus Butch Reed, Volkov, and Crusher Khrushchev.
That sounds sick.
Houston. Yeah, it's an elimination match. It's a real hootenanny. Sort of doesn't really get going. Doesn't hit into the next gear until Nikolai's out of there. But once that happens, like these dudes are brawling outside the ring, and most of them have gnarly punches. Hacksaw gets a bad rap. I don't get it. He's one of the great wrestlers ever.
I think it's specifically because of his fucking later 90s runs and some of his WWF stuff being a little bit cringe, I guess. But, man, what the fuck ever. Everybody was cringe in WWF.
You can't help it. One of the worst promotions ever. No matter what. But Hacksaw's just got some of the funnest punches you'll ever see. The best Hulk up ever. It's just, he is pro wrestling, baby.
He does. He's fucking sick.
When I was on the late night with the 2012 Royal Rumble thing, to keep myself from, losing interest in the 2012 Royal Rumble and like going on my phone during it, stuff like that, I kept a list going of who in the match was a good puncher. And the top two were Lawler and Hacksaw Jim Duggan, both of whom were in the match for like 2 minutes apiece.
Probably wasn't super close for third place.
It was not close. No, I would say the best single punch was Big Show legit punching Jack Swagger in the mouth. After that, it was Hacksaw, Jerry Lawler, and I think I gave Road Dogg some points.
Huh.
What year do you guys think Iceman King Parsons' last match took place in?
2013.
No, it was 2005. You kind of ruined it by guessing too far, but like that shocks me when I pulled up this page, man.
Oh man, it's wrestling, baby. You can't throw out questions like that.
Yeah.
Who
It's
was
like
his last match against?
Action Jackson.
Oh, okay.
Hell yeah. You either died like before 95 or you've wrestled within the last 10 years.
Hey, there's always someone who's going to pay you to like show up and stand on the apron while some 25-year-old working for free takes the bumps.
Hell yeah.
Cage
The way it
match
should
doesn't
be.
distinguish.
The way it should be. All right. Well, that is what we've been watching. Let's talk about what's on the site. QT just came out with their podcast recently, yesterday or 2 days ago.
2 days ago.
2 days ago. So that's rocking and rolling. They've been really going at it recently, which is amazing. Dig Deep, our AEW podcast. You should listen to that every stinking week, which I say, even though the last episode came greater than a week after, but that doesn't really matter. Kevin and Flair doing the Lord's work. Even a little bit of a mini Dean review in there. Then late night with the 2012 Royal Rumble with Tim from QTR posted on Saturday. He's been teasing a big guest for the next episode, if I'm correct. I have no idea who it is.
I think his life's work now is to try and get Ezekiel Jackson.
Good call. Good call.
How funny is it? Is Sam's the guest?
Oh my god.
He's like, that's a pretty big get.
It's a pretty big get. And you'd be right, it would be a big get, but I ain't coming. Sorry about it. Anywho. That's kind of it.
You know what?
What's that?
This is just tying back to something earlier. I'm looking at IWTV's schedule for the next week. And some promotion is running Randy West versus the North Korean assassin.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh man, if only I lived wherever this was happening.
Did you guys see Seven's bringing in Demus against for Slack?
That is going to be the funniest match maybe ever.
I'm pretty pumped. I think it's July.
That is going to there's going to be Demus, and then Schlack is just increasingly like, what if Scott Steiner had all the roids but no muscle definition? It's like Demus is going to do something that's going to just fucking pop him like a balloon. He's going to hit some bump wrong and just explode like a fucking garbage bag full of like tomato juice.
I'm discovering that I'm already Facebook friends with Ezekiel Jackson. If you want me to try to get him on VPR to kind of scoop Pat,
Do it.
Hell yeah.
send the message now.
I'm not here next week, so next Thursday, get him on. I'll listen.
You won't listen to Late Night with 2012 Royal Rumble.
Gotta get my Ezekiel Jackson fix somehow. Anyway, Pat, though, may or may not be coming out with something this week.
Oh my!
It's coming out this week. The question is what day exactly, since I am going to be, after we hang up this Discord call, while you do the extremely labor-intensive work of editing the podcast, which I know you put your heart and soul into every week, I will be watching Judge Joe Dredd versus whoever the fuck was also
Tarzan Duran.
Yes, Tarzan Duran, the XPW veteran. And I will be trying to compose a coherent thought about it.
Sam, where have we seen
right.
you up on the site? There's been whispers, there's been talk.
I should have a post out before next episode comes out.
Oh, next episode? The next episode come out or your next episode?
The next episode.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Next week, Monday
They
or Tuesday.
They want another Sam 25 under 25 style project.
I should just make a post as the 25 under 25 for the second half of 2025. 25 under 25 and 25. When did we do this last?
You should just keep doing
Like
the
10
25
weeks
under
ago.
25, but don't add people. Like, just how many people age out? You're like, so 23 under 25, 20 under 25.
No, that's good. That's good. I appreciate it. I'm gonna go with that.
I wonder
Something
who's
like
the
that.
youngest. Who's gonna be the last wrestler standing?
Izzy, the Bailey fan.
Oh God!
Oh no.
Where's she
Don't
wrestling
talk-
these days?
Don't talk about her in the same episode as Brad Stutz.
He was gonna build a promotion around her.
I
Come on.
think she's wrestling in like Texas. Like, I think I saw her. I think I saw that she was debuting for like Thunder Rosa's promotion, but I think Thunder Rosa's promotion's closed now. But
I don't
she's
know. I
out
don't
there.
keep up with fucking Izzy. I'm not a pedophile.
This shouldn't. I'm
All
pulling up
right.
the old cage match. This shouldn't surprise me. Last match
All
was
right,
in
all right.
Shine.
First off, the word is ephebophile. No, I'm not
Oh
actually.
God!
Someone's
In
gonna
the
put
call.
that.
So hey, where's the stop board? Where's all right. It's the big top. As we do every time we have a guest that isn't Cole at this point, we say, hey, you get big top. And since Baron's only been watching 2004 CZW, she suggested, let's do that. I can really talk about that for a minute. Why are you doing this?
Well, Orchid, bless her heart, gave us all her IWTV subscription, and I decided to take advantage of that because I noticed CZW, all of it was on their beloved service. So I decided, fuck it. I'm gonna watch every single fucking show that CZW ever put on. And it has been a trip. I started at 1999, which was complete fucking garbage. I'm sorry to say. 2000 was okay. And it really starts to get good at 2001, and 2002, and 2003. And now, right now, I am at 2004, which has honestly been one of my favorite years so far. Even though Zandig's deranged booking has fucking kind of gone out the window. He's not as deranged as he used to be, sadly. But it's still really fun because they keep bringing in a bunch of outside talent and fucking the booking's actually gotten pretty decent. It actually feels like a real wrestling promotion now. And, it's pretty good. I like it.
You said you were up through Banned My Ass?
Yeah, I watched Tournament of Death 3 Banned My Ass last night, and it
Now,
was fucking awesome.
Did you listen to Talking Tourneys episode 1, CZW Tournament of Death 3 Banned My Ass before or after you watched it?
I don't think I've listened to it at all.
Oh my god!
I'm sorry.
The pro move is you watch the tournament again, but with the Talking Tourneys episode is like the alternate commentary.
You got to sync it up.
It's like how Porik is watching the Royal Rumble sets at Dark Side of the Moon. Like, the new Talking Tourneys move is to listen to Talking Tourneys about the tourney while you're watching the tourney.
That was I can tell you it was good. It was a 3.5 consensus.
Go us.
Well, then I will try it again.
Hey, how about that skateboard spot though, right?
Oh my god, it was so fucking cool. Fucking Green Phantom is just the fucking best. I love him so much.
And he's still going. There's a fucking Quebec deathmatch tournament happening this week. I need to see if he's in it. I know Sexy Eddie is.
Oh my god! Speaking of sexy Eddie, that fucking
Yeah,
the fucking
the
Arsenal
the
match.
main
Oh my
reason
god!
the main reason most people know Sexy Eddie.
Because of that Arsenal match.
Oh no, is that the which one is the match where he's drinking his own blood?
I think that's the one. He fucking gets his artery cut open, and it starts
Yeah,
just
yeah,
squirting out of his wrist.
yeah.
Yeah, that's why Sexy Eddie is. I don't
That
know.
was how
Known.
I first heard of Sexy Eddie, was seeing like a 30-second clip of that somewhere.
Yeah, I first
Like
heard of Sexy Eddie
downloading it from
because
Kazaa or
people
something.
would fucking post a lot of gifs of him dying in ROH.
So this Montreal Deathmatch tournament, it has a bunch of people I don't know. It has Sexy Eddie, and it also has Connor Claxton. So guess
Throwback.
what? He's not dead.
He's just Canadian now.
I think so. I don't know when does the Tournament of Death take place? That's like the middle of summer. So you haven't got there yet because I think Sexy Eddie has the Canadian 4-way too, where it's Sexy Eddie, Generico, XS69, and Kevin Steen. That was like a big
Yeah,
deal.
Kevin Steen comes a little later because I noticed he's in a lot of the thumbnails for the later shows.
It's only a couple shows away, it looks like. So
Yeah, you're getting there.
Yeah, Tournament of Death was in July.
Okay, that
So
makes sense.
what I need to know CZW wise is where everyone is putting Rick Blade on their GWE ballot. I know he's long gone by 2004, but
Yeah,
right,
sadly.
he's been on my mind for 25 years.
I fucking love him, honestly. He should be in somebody's 100, at least.
He would probably be in mine if I could be bothered.
I missed who you said.
Rick Blade.
Oh, Rick Blade back as well.
Yeah, he disappeared for like 25
Yeah, he
years. But,
took like 20 years off and is wrestling for Johnny Cashmere.
I mean, I'm sure his doctor told him, like, if you like land like nutsack and tailbone first on the concrete one more time, you will stop being able to walk.
I've only watched his return match, but he was in that match. He was not getting hurt. He was in his jeans and he was not taking bumps.
God bless him.
Yeah, I figured he got the like 4 or 5 years I saw him in CZW. He was constantly fucking eating so much shit, dude.
That was my introduction to CZW in general, was like on LimeWire or Kazaa or whatever. You look up like, hardcore wrestling, blah blah blah, and it'd just be clips of like like Nick Gage does something, Rick Blade jumps off of a trailer and like, kills himself. It's just like 10-second long AVI files of Rick Blade doing stupid shit.
Yeah, that
And it led
happens
me to
like
believe like
every 2 shows.
this is but it's like just based on clips, like without having the tapes of the full shows. It's like, well, this guy must be the greatest wrestler ever.
Shit, maybe. I was convinced fucking Nick Mondo was the best wrestler in the world for fucking the 3 years I saw him as a kid.
how about that?
So who are the standout in 2004? Who are the guys?
God, fucking, it's a good question, honestly, because most of the fucking guys in 2004 are fucking indie standouts that fucking...
I would say that's when it started getting kind of work ratey. Like you have like I think Sonjay Dutt's like on every card, and
Yeah, Sanjay's the
they bring in
current...
Generico and Steen.
Yeah, Sanjay's the current CZW junior heavyweight champion, so he's been getting a lot of bookings, and he's been working a lot of random junior matches. They got a lot of fucking Chikara guys in there now, and fucking ROH guys. Some bad, some good. Fucking Jimmy Jacobs, man. Oh my fucking god. He is
Bad Russian wrestler.
He's so fucking bad in 2004.
He doesn't get better. Doesn't really get better.
I'm sure 2025 Jimmy Jacobs is light years away from 2014. I'm sure they wrestle entirely differently.
I was like, what wrestling promotions are booking Jimmy Jacobs? Canadian Wrestling Elite?
I thought AJ Sanchez, because I'm on the cage match as well, was AJ Francis, and I was like, do Jimmy Jacobs and AJ Francis have a 3-match series? But no, it's AJ Sanchez, who I don't know.
Also known as AJ LaRock.
Oh, now I know.
Oh, you get it? Come on.
Let me say this to defend Jimmy Jacobs. BJ Whitman matches are pretty cool.
BJ Whitman matches are pretty cool.
And I liked the tag team with BJ Whitmer in a promotion called AIW. Have you guys heard of it?
Oh my god!
But like the best matches they had, it was the Jollyville Fuckets versus the Forgotten was their name, of Jimmy Jacobs, Tommy Mercer, and BJ Whitmer. And Jimmy's usually the worst part of those matches.
What are the Fuckets up to these days?
Who?
I just
the
had to
Fuckets
go.
Or Tommy Mercer? I don't know. They fucking ruled. They legit ruled.
Yeah.
They're not wrestling right now, it looks like.
I had to go and confirm for myself something that I remembered. 2004 is the year of the Rockin' Rebel versus Rob Hartog celebrity boxing match in CCW.
Oh yeah, I gotta get to that still, I think.
That was on Retribution. That I remember seeing, and like that was one of those things where I saw it years after it happened, and I still was like, maybe I should just grow out of wrestling. Maybe I should just like do something else entirely.
Oh, it was that show, right? It was the one with the pretty good Trent Acid versus Teddy Hart match. I skipped like 90%. I skipped like 90% of that show. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I mean, I want to say that match was a week long. The boxing match was about a week long. It never ended, and it wasn't good, and it wasn't funny. Like there was like someone pulling the other. I can't remember who pulled down. One of them pulled down the other one's shorts as like a comedy bit, and the crowd's just sitting there like, "All right, we came here to see the wife beater. Like, what the fuck?"
Dude, fucking Rockin' Rebel. He's been in CZW for way too long, and he's never been good ever, except for that one Zandig match, which I really liked. But mostly, Rockin' Rebel's just fucking taking up so much space on the show.
What do you guys think the worst thing Rockin' Rebel ever did was?
I mean,
no.
Well, obviously killing himself because he deprived the world of more Rockin' Rebel.
Oh, okay.
Ain't the truth. All right. Got me there. What are you gonna say, Dan?
No, so Rockin' Rebel though, he was all over that shit just because I can't remember if he owned the ring or if he
I think he had the license.
Yeah,
he had a promoter's license in Philadelphia or whatever.
So it's like he just held Zandig hostage for like 3 years.
Pretty much.
Well, if you want to run a show, you got to find a space for old Rockin' Rebel, and unfortunately, Zandig continued to do
and he was on every card. They gave him his own fucking faction, Rebels Army, which consisted of fucking Greg Matthews from Tough Enough, and fucking Adam Flash. No, not Adam Flash. Fucking who was his tag partner? Danny Rose.
I feel like in one of the NWA promotions, I like a while back, I watched, it was like Rockin' Rebel and Greg Matthews versus Z-Bar and some maybe Nick Burke. And like, but it wasn't in CZW. And I'm just watching this thing, I'm like, God, it's amazing that Nick Burke could be the best wrestler in a match.
I'm not gonna talk shit about Chris Cash, because Chris Cash fucking ruled. But it's like if you ignore that, it's Z-Bar, Greg Matthews, Rockin' Rebel, and Derek Frazier. That's like all timer bad.
Oh no, yeah.
Some call them the scum of their day.
No.
Huh.
No. Man. Any other hot 2004 CZW takes?
Well, sorry.
Bless you.
Fucking.
Sam will edit that out.
Yeah, post.
That's the meanest joke of the whole show. When we made fun of someone who's dying.
You asked
I
for
don't think we made fun of
standouts.
them.
I actually forgot to mention Hate Club. Probably their best year. Hate Club's been fucking awesome in 2004.
And an awesome
They,
2003 though, right? I thought that was like their heyday. I mean, I never watched this stuff in 2 decades.
I mean, they were good, but I think 2004 has been their prime, pretty much. Because most of 2003 they were feuding.
I guess that's fair. That'll slow
Then-
you down. That'll slow your tag team down every time.
Yeah,
So, my
fucking.
question,
Yeah.
Trent Acid, where's he at in 2004? Because I'm trying to remember when the wheels started falling off Trent Acid a bit. As far as like, he went from reliable work rate indie guy who also got fucked up to guy who got fucked up and could occasionally be a.
2004, he still fucking rules. It's like 05.
Okay.
Yeah, 2004 Trent Acid's. He was basically feuding with everybody in the company. Like fucking, there was one show he was feuding with John Dahmer, Pay Club, bunch of other fucking people, and then next show he turned face against Teddy Hart. So whatever.
I mean,
And-
all you have to do to turn face against Teddy Hart is just be on the other side of the ring from Teddy Hart, and the crowd knows what to do.
True enough.
I mean, Marilyn knows better than me watching all this stuff right now, but like the Backstreet Boys, I think, are sometimes remembered for like their ROH one, but they were such a huge part of CZW. Like they were up and down those cards.
Yeah,
I
they
think
were
of them as CZW guys.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
of them.
same.
Definitely not. Maybe Dan, you're just like such an ROH head that.
No,
Or, like-
I feel like not me. I love all Trent Acid. I'm a Trent Acid truther.
What are the lies
Just
about
other
Trent
people.
Acid?
There's some lies. Like some people said he had a drug problem.
Oh.
Okay. He's secretly alive
Listen,
to this day.
I put Trent Acid in on X.com. Ever heard of it? Ring of Honor, Ring of Honor, Ring of Honor, Ring of Honor, CZW, Ring of Honor, CZW.
All right.
Ring of
Well,
Honor, Ring
I'm
of Honor,
gonna
Ring of
give you
Honor.
one better. Let's see. Control tab. I am putting Trent Acid in on xhamster.com, and we're gonna see what we get there.
Oh my god!
I can't tell if this is algorithmic or what, because none of these are Trent Acid.
Okay. Good.
maybe he makes a cameo. Maybe it's like a run-in.
But yeah, maybe Trent Acid is gonna come out and hit the T gimmick on this sexy nurse. We don't know.
Is
Oh,
Trent Acid in the GCW Hall of Fame?
yes.
Okay, I'm on xhamster. Now I'm gonna look up the high five and see what I get.
Oh no.
I'm just trying to think of who had a better career, Trent Acid or Jeff Cannonball.
Oh, Trent Acid.
Come on.
I'm just thinking about it.
Well, which Hall of
You-
Fame are you talking about?
I don't know. You shouldn't have got me started.
I mean,
The
there
Cannonball
are
stuff. I've
so
been sitting
many-
on it since that graphic went up, stewing.
I feel like there are 15 separate like indie hardcore Hall of Fames now. Trent Acid's got to be in half of them because there's like the GCW one. There's the 2300 Arena one. There's like it feels like every promotion that gets above a certain level is like, well, we've also got our own Hall of Fame. JCW has one.
For clarity, Trent is not in the GCW Deathmatch Hall of Fame. He is in the Indie Wrestling Hall of Fame.
He
which
would
is
make
Yeah,
more
GCW
sense
agnostic.
than Cannonball in the Deathmatch Hall of Fame.
Yeah, Cannibals in the Deathmatch Hall of Fame. He's going in alongside Too Tough Tony and Mean and Hard. With me, Mitch Page, and Rolling Hard.
I have no issue with any of that.
Last year had another woe is them.
Am I the only one who
wrestler.
wishes Am I the only one who wishes Mean Mitch Page had done more work under the name Fat Fuck Barrel Boy? Because that is in my head, since 1999. That is the greatest wrestling name ever.
Pretty good.
I think you might have spoke over Sam about the talk shit on Marcus Crane, though. I wanted to hear that real quick.
Oh, sorry. No, I didn't have anything to add there.
Okay.
Marcus
All right.
Crane probably shouldn't be in there either.
Oh, okay.
But
well, I know one guy from the official Grappling podcast who's going to be pretty mad to hear that.
Yeah, like they're gonna listen.
I don't know.
Gotta be
All I know
Their
is
careful.
free
Their,
was in it.
their response
for
was
them.
like 7 hours long.
Honestly, none of this Hall of Fame makes sense. So I guess put whoever you want in it.
Who cares? It's fucking GCW.
I don't even respect the Violent People Hall of Fame. So, like, what do I expect from any of this?
Can't even get Black Terry in before he dies.
Oh well.
Alright.
At least we can't blame ourselves for that.
No. I can blame Tanner. And
Absolutely.
R.I.P.
And I do. R.I.P. R.I.P.
Can we put him on the next Hall of Fame ballot?
I was thinking about it. Gotta give it a whirl. All right. Is that enough for the big top this week?
I think we fucking got into it.
What was the 2004 Cage of Death? Was that 6? We gotta send people off with what are they heading towards if they watch 2004 CZW?
Yeah, I haven't gotten there yet.
Yes, they
but
spoilers.
I have.
Well, we're not going to spoil the match results.
To be fair, I've watched the tag team Cage of Death before because it's very highly acclaimed and I fucking love it. But yeah, there's quite a bit on here.
Oh yeah, this is 6 is the one with the War Games.
Yeah.
Okay, so perfect.
Yeah, there were 2 Cage of Death matches. There was the Team Cash versus Blackout one, and then there was the Hate Club versus
Club Explodes.
Hate Club one. Yeah.
Well, you got the Team Cash versus Blackout. You are going to end the year on a high note. That match is awesome.
It is. I don't know if the fans bring the weapons match is good. I haven't seen that one.
All right.
What was that?
Let's welcome to Q&A, folks. First question up from Nikki Hemmon.
How long have you been holding that one up your sleeve, like waiting for the?
I'm so sorry to tell you, but I use Discord a lot for work, and there's just a slew of shit in my soundboard that I get by being in other Discords. So I was like, I wonder what that is. And you know what? I was happy I clicked it. Let's see what I click next week.
Oh, well, you're not going to be here next week. Come on.
Oh, shit. Well, stay tuned in 2 weeks for when I click a different button.
And if you don't like it, you just edit it out.
One of these says Valley Girl Wednesday. So.
All right, I want to click that one. I want to hear that one because you're not going to be here next week, so we gotta.
Okay. Well,
we never record on Wednesdays.
My question is, what wrestling show, past or present, would be most impacted negatively or positively if one of the commentators was aggressively horny for a large portion of the show? Thank you.
Heroes of Wrestling.
All right, yeah. That's a good one.
Do you think Stardom would be as popular now if Jerry the King Lawler was doing his Attitude Era bit for every single match?
What
More
about
popular, probably
WWE Evolution?
Better or
The
worse?
Women's Evolution pay-per-view with the Jerry Lawler doing the puppies gimmick for 3 hours.
Yeah, I think it'd be awesome.
Ah, Ronda Rousey. Oh.
Holy crap.
Commentary team of Jerry Lawler and Paul Heyman.
I'm just trying to think of like what's like the show with the most Kerry Von Erich possible. I don't know. I don't got a good answer.
What I would want to hear is like Lance Russell or someone. Like I don't want to hear like a commentator who I know is a horny weirdo. I want to hear someone who's like normal but like trying to be horny and like force it.
That'd be good. That'd be good.
Fucking-
Essentially any commentary told to act like Attitude Era Jerry Lawler. All right. Next question from PTO. Thanks for getting in there. My question is, how tired was I this episode on a scale of 1 to 10? Which direction is this?
1 is I am awake, and 10 is I am actually asleep on the call.
I'm gonna give it a 3.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
more
I
awake
mean-
than I expected to be tonight.
Yeah, you really kind of set us up for you being asleep, and you're doing fine. I'm going to say 2.
Wow. Amazing.
Yeah,
Man,
I give-
Marilyn will say 7.
What? Don't decide for me. I'll give them a 3.
Perfect.
It's June. She can decide.
Yeah, it's my month, bitch.
So that's a 2.6666666666666. A bastard. What if Chris Cross commentated on Dreamslam? That's actually just a response to Nick Gemmon. I have no thoughts to this question.
I responded to someone on.
No, go for it, Dan.
I responded to someone on responding to Eric Stevens recommending Dreamslam. They're like, I don't know if that's a good show to get people in the Joshi wrestling. I was like, that's a crazy opinion.
The thing is,
Like it's worked for a decade.
If Chris Kloss was commentating on it, half of like the entire Aja Kong match would be him doing that falsetto like squeak he does. Like he didn't have the oh my god like Joey Styles. He had a yelp that sounded like an animal in distress. And he would be making that noise constantly. It would like if you had a dog nearby while you were watching this, that dog would be like convinced like the house was going to explode.
Chris Cross, friend of the show.
Big fan. Big fan. What was the other guy's name?
XPW alumnus.
Give it up.
I think the other guy's the one that actually said he'd be on and then wasn't.
I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true.
That's basically how I remember it.
Oh my goodness. Chris, RIP. What's the best flavor of Pop-Tart?
S'mores.
S'mores. S'mores is a good one.
All right, I'm going to look up every flavor of Pop-Tart now and go down the list.
It's gonna take you a little bit.
I need to.
There's a
be
lot of them.
accurate.
There's a lot of them.
I lean towards s'mores or strawberry.
Yeah, I'm just like a strawberry guy. It's simple, it's
Oh,
basic, but
It's a basic bitch answer, but it's good.
it's good.
Yeah, question is, how do you prefer your Pop-Tarts? Do you like them toasted, right out of the bag, or frozen?
Toasted.
I've never done
Frozen's.
frozen.
I didn't know frozen was an option though. That's
No one told me
It
that.
is an option. It's actually pretty fucking good, dude.
I might throw a Pop-Tart in the freezer after this.
Should try it.
Pop-Tarts in your home?
Yeah, there's kids in this house. There's always Pop-Tarts and granola bars. That's like the number one thing you gotta buy.
Okay, cool.
They
Cool,
have
cool.
Oreo Pop-Tarts, but that aren't labeled as Oreos. And the cookie on them is clearly some kind of like AI fake Oreo. Now I'm curious.
In this house, it looks more like a Hydrox, right? But in this
Yeah.
house, on brand the on brand Oreos Pop-Tarts are good, but if you get the off brand, they will not eat them. They'll just sit in there.
Wow.
They say there's a big difference.
I mean, I'm looking at the Pop-Tart site. It's just it says frosted cookies and cream. It doesn't say Oreo.
No, I've seen these guys. I've seen these cookies. They're out there. They're out there.
Oh,
Dan, what the fuck's
what
going
am I
on?
talking about? They got Girl
What do you
Scouts
mean?
Thin Mints one. That's obviously.
Oh, my nephew was screaming that the off-brand one sucks.
Yeah.
I wasn't lying. It's a big deal in this house. There's been a lot of fights about it.
Okay,
I
my
only-
official answer is
Yeah.
the Thin Mints one because how can it be bad?
I don't usually toast. Like the s'mores one is the only one. Is one of the few I do toast consistently.
You ever toast
like-
and put some butter on it?
No, that sounds like too much.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good. Good. You got a lot of Pop-Tarts to experiment with, so good for you. All right. Pork, what match that you've seen do you think was watched by the least amount of people?
I've been
I'll
to
second
Shindies in Cleveland with definitely less than like 30 people at them. So
When
if that
I
counts.
was in high school, my friend took me to a show that it was basically a backyard show, but they actually had a ring and were doing it indoors. I don't think we paid any money to get in, but we were definitely among the 10 people in the crowd. And all the people doing this were like 18 years old. Like they were, 2,000 backyarders, except for one kid who had like a full wrestling singlet. And for this entire tag team match, they played the song Ante Up by M.O.P. over and over again. And I wish I knew more about what that was and how it came to be. Instead, it's just this weird thing that I think only I remember on the entire planet.
I have no idea. No good answer for me.
Yeah, mine was probably one of my friend's backyard shows, but I don't know. That's probably the answer. Yeah.
All right, Pork, bad question. Try better next week. Okay. All right, Trim Biscuit 420 says that's a great question. Wrong. Shorts related question. Maybe a shorts related question. Undetermined. I don't know if this is a question for the podcast or if Pork just puts this out into the universe. What's the lowest temperature it's acceptable to wear shorts in?
That's a subjective, personal thing.
About maybe 15 degrees Fahrenheit.
2015? What? Or 2215?
Like 15 to 20.
I think no one
That's
should wear
well
shorts
below
after
freezing.
2015.
I think you should stop wearing shorts. We should have abandoned shorts.
I think we should have moved on as a society, but here we are.
A post shorts culture.
Either way, I'm from Michigan. I can wear shorts in fucking lowest temperatures possible.
Shit. All right. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. What's up? What's up?
I say any temp if you're wearing a hoodie. That's just me.
Okay, Dan, you piece of shit. Don't steal my answers from Discord. It ain't cool, man. It ain't cool, man. Okay. Tim, did Lenny Baby ever send you some of the feet? In a way, he did. He did post them on Twitter. So I don't know.
I
if you
will
can still
say
find-
you don't want me on Discord, but you're skipping questions on the Discord.
I don't want
Eamon,
you on-
if you could wake up tomorrow and suddenly become highly skilled and talented with any musical instrument, which one would you choose? You got to get that question in.
Do we? Do you have an answer, Dan?
I mean, it feels like the answer is like guitar, right?
I would pick the drum.
Yeah, sure.
I've seen a lot of guys have a lot of luck with the guitar. Is all I'm saying.
Oh,
I
think
think the accordion. Fuck it.
that's a good one. I would do the sax.
I've only seen one guy have a lot of luck with accordion, but it is Weird Al, so that's pretty cool. And I've only seen one guy have a lot of luck with the sax, and that's Bill Clinton. Also really cool.
Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton and Weird Al, two coolest people of the '90s, as we all know, right?
What about fucking Kenny G, motherfucker?
Oh my god, I don't have time for Kenny G.
Well, it depends on what kind of saxophone you want to play. Because Kenny G, didn't he play like the alto sax? And then there's also the tenor sax. You have to.
I think Kenny G played a fucking soprano sax or something. Right now, was it soprano sax? I forgot. Fuck.
I'm looking at pictures of
way-
him playing a sax. This is not what I picture when I picture saxophone. Doesn't count.
Sam, as I recall, Kenny G's trick was circular breathing. So you just have to master that.
All right. Consider it done. Consider it done. All right, getting back to it. What is this? What is this question? Pork just says better or worse than Justin Gabriel. What does that mean?
No, the special guest. Is it a better or worse guest than Justin Gabriel?
Oh,
I say better by a lot.
Yeah, agreed.
But that's a low bar, to be fair.
Yeah, I'd fucking hope I'm better than fucking Justin Gabriel.
Yeah.
I mean, Justin Gabriel has not spent all week watching 2004 CZW, so frankly, I have nothing to talk to him about.
Exactly.
But you know
PJ
what,
Black ain't got shit.
Underrated.
I do
him and
want to
John
see him
Morrison.
as a guest on Rule Breakers with Soraya. I'm sure PJ Black and Soraya can have a real fucking meeting of the minds.
Some witty party. Love it. Love it. Jim just says not a question, but a topic. And then it's a JCW.
They're asking for all your pictures.
Calling all
They're writing a
Juggalos.
book.
Want to be part of ICP's first ever JCW book? We need ninjas who own picks of ICW wrestling in WWE, WCW, ECW, XPW, ROH, TNA, not AIW, which is fucking crazy.
How much do you think they're going to get out of the North Korean assassin for the special edition?
500 bones, easy.
Sam,
He's going to get that money
violent
back
people
from
pay for
Abdullah and give
me?
it right to ICP.
Will violent people pay for me to go to the gathering?
How much is it?
Yeah, I'll chip in
I
a
thought it'd be
couple.
funny to go as a goof, and I looked it up, and it's $295.
No,
That's a very expensive goof. You're right. All right, fair enough.
Honestly, that seems low for gathering of the Juggalos.
It does not include camping or anything of that nature. Those
Even
are
so,
extras.
I'm kind of impressed that ICP isn't charging people like $1,000 just to go. Good
Yeah,
on
but you want to
them.
make fun of them, but like the VIP experience sold out, the car pass sold out, the camper passes sold out, the campsites sold out, the Fago Armageddon. I don't know what that is. Sold out.
Hey,
don't
pretty
want
good.
They're doing fine.
Doing fine. That's
If anyone's worried about it, they're doing
keep
fine.
booking hot talent.
Yeah.
Pork back at it again. If DJ Hyde was an actual DJ, what songs would be on his set?
Lincoln Park, probably.
Sure. Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Great
I
answer.
feel
Great
like
answer.
I feel like Linkin Park would be too like wussy and emo, and he would have to go with like Stained or something. Like he would veer towards like the more macho butthead end of new metal.
DJ would be playing a lot of Skrillex. A lot of Skrillex.
He'd be
You think so?
blasting a lot of POD.
I think DJ actually came out to Lincoln Park a few times.
It
I
shocked me.
feel like
It doesn't
everyone
shock me at all.
did back then.
Oh man.
Oh, Lincoln Park, One Step Closer was one of DJ Hyde's entrance musics.
Knew it.
Amazing. Well, he couldn't use Papa Roach. That was taken. So
I'm doing some research. I like to give people the full experience here in the VP or Q&A or whatever this thing is called. And he likes Bon Jovi on Facebook is the only musical artist that I can see here.
Oh, okay.
So I
Sure.
got you.
All right. Now a series of pride related questions. Eamon, in honor of Pride Month, what are some of your favorite fights from Pride?
Wanderlei Silva versus Rampage Jackson.
Great choice. Great choice.
My off the beaten path one is Joachim Hansen versus Imanari. It's 3 minutes long. Imanari keeps trying to go for Imanari rolls and going for the leg, and it Hansen kicks his butt a few times, and then one time when Imanari shoots in, he just fucking knees his face off and knocks him out and walks away instantly. Outside of that, it's probably the obvious answers Fry Takayama or Krokot Fedor or something. Oh, anytime the Silva Sakuraba matches, those are cool. Sorry, Sakuraba.
I'm going with Kevin Randleman versus Fedor.
That's good.
Great.
That one suplex is one of those. I'll be 90 years old and have dementia, but I will still perfectly remember that suplex.
Also,
yeah.
shout out to fucking Sakuraba versus Gracie, obviously, because fuck the Gracies. Stupid fucking fascist bitches.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right. Next up, in honor of Pride Month, which co-host would you most like to Pride style soccer kick in the head?
Dan.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Could you guys have pretended to think about it, maybe?
Read all
Hemmed
day.
and hawed a little, I don't know.
I'm saying Chris because he's not here to do anything about it. So
Hell yeah.
I was
he
gonna
can't
say
take me
Chris.
back if he's not here.
But I say Sam?
No, I'm saying Maryland for this one. I'm getting you with the next question.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Tim, in honor of Pride Month, which co-host would you most like to see ripped apart by a pride of lions?
I would love to scar Sam, to get he's he's asking for help, and I just knock him off the cliff. I guess that's
Wow.
I guess that's wildebeest, and we're the lions in that scenario. But you get it.
That's such an insane way to look at it. I love it.
Long live the king, I guess.
You get it.
Yeah, I can't top that. So I'm just gonna say I would be fucking Simba watching Dan do that.
All right.
Come up and you're like, so are we doing this on Thursday next week after Sam's dead?
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much what happens every time we try to change the day of the week. Is I'm the first one to reply yeah, I can do whatever. I don't have a life.
He's always like, well, I work 23 of those hours in that day, but I can give you one of them.
Well, the nice thing is that we record at 8. Usually, even if I'm working a 12-hour day, I'm done by 7 p.m. So I've got enough time to come home, shower, and immediately put on a headset.
My mailman was delivering mail at 8 p.m. I had to freak out. That's too late.
Yeah, anytime I encounter a human being when I'm out that late, I'm giving them their mail, and I'm like, I'm sorry, it's late. I'm sorry.
Sticking with the Lion King thing, someone knocked on our door at 8:30 last night, and everyone poked their heads up like meerkats. We were all like, "What's happened? What does that mean?"
So this is also related to the Lion King thing, but my nieces, who are both, I think they're 2, every time the Circle of Life song plays, which is often because they're little kids and they want to hear the same song over and over again, when it gets to that end of the last refrain, they lift their stuffed animals up and hold them in the air, like Rafiki holding baby Simba.
That's so cute.
It's become a whole thing.
That's awesome. Oh wait, how do I? Sorry, guys.
I feel weird
Breaking
now
news.
having shared that heartwarming thing on a show where we've been talking about Teddy Hart and Diddy. So
I have to break some news. The lights went out in NXT, and it wasn't Sabu. It was Mariah May.
Oh.
Yeah, we're all pretty shocked by it. We will all watch it and cover that next week.
Oh yeah, I'm getting right on that one.
I'm so sorry that I'm not going to be here to talk about it. Is that an episode, folks? Anyone else have any closing thoughts about this wonderful episode 53 of Popular Radio?
Well, I just want to thank Marilyn for coming aboard, talking CZW with us.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, anything you want to plug or discuss or talk about?
Nah, not really.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Well, if you want more Marilyn, you can hit up the Violent People Discord, where she is keeping us posted on the CZW watching as it happens.
Yeah, fucking talk to me about movies or whatever. I don't give a fuck.
Hell yeah.
I don't know how you have time to discuss movies when you're like, I've watched 7 CZW shows this week.
I have plenty of time. I watch a movie or 3 every fucking day. I've watched like
wild.
let me see how many movies I have logged on Letterboxd this year. It's fucking 364.
Whoa.
This year?
Probably watched 10.
Yeah.
I have a master's degree in film studies, and I think I've watched 10 movies this year.
Yeah, I'm a fucking freak, dude.
I love it. I love it.
Well, I'm also just old and lazy, so.
Well, thank you for being on, and thank y'all for listening.
Yeah. Y'all have a good day.